Okay, so 2012, which I saw today. I had no strong desire to see this film. I was actually kind of roped in while I was Christmas shopping with family members. I thought the special effects just from seeing the commercial, the special effects looked terrible. I thought it would be another Day After Tomorrow. I didn't want to see it. So like, oh, we're going, and you obviously didn't drive yourself, so you're roped in. So we went. I'm going to try and keep it spoiler-free up until a point, at which point I will give you a warning. This movie is... Let me say it like this. It probably wouldn't be horrible if you had to go see it in theaters like I had to, but it ends there. It's fun to sit through once, and then it's over. Because this movie has a lot of problems. A few random ones, which in no particular order just come to my mind. No one gives a real memorable performance. The only people that pop to my mind are Woody Allen as this kind of skeptic radio host. The guy that played Hollis Mason, he's in there like right at the end. And the only main character who gave a real stand-up performance was Danny Glover as the president. Other than that, everybody's performance was just, I don't know about bad, but it definitely wasn't the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Another thing. This movie has a ton of problems as far as, okay, well, everything's falling apart. But it's only going to fall apart exactly where I need to be right after I get there. And I mean literally, the second he gets somewhere is when stuff starts to fall apart. That's the plot of this movie. Go from point A to point B before something happens. As soon as you get to point B, what you were trying to avoid will start happening, and you will narrowly escape via car or plane or boat. That's all that happens in this movie. I just explained the entire plot. Point A, point B, escape, plane, boat, or car. Or sometimes some strange combination. Yes, I do mean strange combination. One point they drive a car out of the back of a plane. And that's probably one of the worst effects in the movie. So after a while, you can tell what's going to happen. Now, granted, if this only happened a couple times, it would be fine. But this is the entire movie with... Okay, let me rephrase that. It's that exact same plot, but in between, towards the end, they start throwing in the sad calling, saying goodbye. There's quite a bit of those in this film, which obviously, I mean, it's kind of the end of the world thing. They're supposed to be, but once again, just like with the whole point A, point B thing, it gets really old really fast. Some of them are good, some of them are old. After a while, I was sick of seeing them. The special effects in this movie, some of them are very good. Some of them are very, very bad. For example, all the stuff with the waves is great. Then they do a lot with the earth cracking and earthquakes. And that's fine. Sometimes there's one part where a building's falling over and it just looks like there's you can see all the little people falling out and the desks sliding, and that looked really cool. And then you get to a scene like when the car drives out of the back of the plane. And I don't know if it was just me, but that scene looked so terribly fake to me. One big thing I had a problem with is that one of the characters in this film, they clearly say, I can't fly a plane very well. I've only taken a few lessons. But then he manages to fly a plane that he is not familiar with through a collapsing city, sideways through 2 collapsing skyscrapers. Also, there's a scene where they drive a limo through all sorts of holy hell, including through a building and through all sorts of collapsing landscapes, and it takes a beating great. I'd love to have this car because it can survive the apocalypse, literally. Okay, I don't know if there's going to be spoilers in this. I'm just kind of giving you rough outlines of some of the parts of the movie. There is a main character who is Russian on this, and sometimes his accent is so thick I could not understand him. He's not speaking Russian. And sometimes I understand him perfectly fine, but there's some points when he's speaking to another character who's also Russian that their accents just get so thick that I'm like, what the hell are they saying? I can literally only tell about 50% of what the pilot on the plane is saying. I'm trying to think of anything else besides that. Overall, it's just not a fantastic movie. It's 2.5 hours long. It has the same basic plot. The sad goodbye. Oh, why is this happening? No one's really has a very horrible acting performance, but only a few people are very good. I really like Danny Glover. That's it. So overall, it's your standard end of the world movie, and it's not going to be anything major. It has an interesting twist at the end with the whole ships leaving Earth thing. I'm not going to spoil that part because that actually is a really interesting kind of turn on events. I didn't expect that. That was the only thing the movie got me on. So overall, it's a very stupid, mindless action film. It very much just wants to sell you that, oh no, look at all this stuff that's happening. Oh, look, these people are sad. Oh no, the Earth's falling apart. Oh, we didn't learn our lesson. I didn't like it. If you have to sit through it in theaters, it's bearable. It's 2.5 hours, so you can suffer through it. It's not the worst thing you'll see all summer, but it is pretty damn stupid at parts. It's definitely not an own. There's some parts in it you can enjoy when you're going to see it in theaters. I don't recommend it. There are other things playing that are much better than this, that are more worth the price of admission. This is JTrain 997. 2012 is One Night Avoid, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.